Welcome to Mentoring with the Masters. My name is Jennifer Kuyrkendall. I am the Third Circuit representative for the Young Lawyers Division Board of Governors. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Jack Hickey. Jack is going to speak with us about how to keep your clients happy. Jack, welcome.
Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it.
Jack, what are some ways that you can keep your clients happy?
Well, Jennifer, I think it really all focuses around setting your clients' expectations. You know, everybody talks about communication, and communication is very, very important. But what do you communicate? And what is the client expecting? How will the client, or why would the client be happy if they're expecting you to close the deal or finish the case in 1 month, and the case is going to take 1 year, then the client's never going to be happy. So setting the client's expectations is really important, and it's really important to do that in the beginning. I think the first thing to do on that is to tell the client what your plan of action is. And of course, that means the lawyer has to have a plan of action. We call it even a POA in our firm, and we put it into the computer in a certain file. Every file has a POA, a plan of action. And we tell the client what the plan of action is, and we have letters that do that and tell the client about litigation, because as you know, I'm a trial lawyer, and we do mostly personal injury cases. So we tell them what to expect, and that they're going to have to come to Miami or wherever to attend a deposition and this and that. So setting the client's expectations, by telling them the plan and what they're going to go through, that's really key.
Jack, what do you do if there isn't enough time in the day to keep up with your communication with your client by returning their phone calls?
Right, and that's a really good question because, as you know, Jennifer, not returning phone calls is one of the most common complaints that clients have, that people have about lawyers. And that's okay, and that's understandable because there are only so many hours in a day. But, you know, it's really important to get back to them. And a lot of times, it's not, the lawyer doesn't have to return the call. It can be a staff member, and have your staff member return the call to the client, you know, within 24 hours of the client's call. If the lawyer has to get involved, and that's fine, the lawyer should, return the call after hours. I do that sometimes somewhat late at night, and I tell you what, clients are really impressed if they get calls way after hours. And don't be afraid, even, I would say, even in commercial litigation, if you call somebody at night and you're calling them when they're at home, I would not be afraid of that. I would say, you know, they're going to be impressed that their attorney is working late and actually calling them. So I think that's another thing to do, no matter what time.
Are there any other tips that you would like to share with us?
I would, and that is, you know, we talked before about mistakes. And it's not if a lawyer or a doctor, a banker, or anybody on earth makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. The best lawyers I've ever known have made mistakes. When you make a mistake, you need to own up to it, you need to face it, and you need to tell the client about it, but tell the client about it along with the solution, okay? And a mentor of mine, told me a long time ago that, you know, if you own up to your mistakes right away and express to the client what the solution is, if you do that, a client is going to be a lot more forgiving than if you try to hide it or try to or just not disclose it. Then they find out, and it makes you look so bad. So you really need to own up to it as any really top-notch professional would do. And so if you do all these things, if you do return the calls or have somebody return it and own up to those mistakes, but start off with those expectations, time-wise, you know, as far as how long it's going to be until the custody battle is done, money-wise, how much money it's going to take or could take, and you don't have to be specific, but just say you cannot be specific, and also to express, you know, what's going to be involved. If you set the expectations in the beginning, I think you're going to have a happy client.
Well, you've certainly given us a lot of great advice on how to keep your clients happy. setting their expectations, and most importantly, communication, communication,
That's it.
communication.
That's it.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, Jennifer.